Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at y'all with another Forza Horizon 3 build video, man. Let's just take a second to admire this dope-ass JDM Sylvia. Absolutely mint. In this one, we are starting out our week, or maybe weeks, of just regular car builds. This week I'm not going to do any YouTuber builds or any like famous car builds, just to switch it up, give the little guys a chance to get their requests done. So if you guys have any, just give the little guys a chance to get their requests done. So if you guys have any requests for just random cars, let's switch it up, man. Try something a little bit different. Just random cars, stuff that we've never seen on the channel, man. Drop them down in the comment section. But today's request comes from one person in specific. Stance Kid, 2010 car guy, wants to see a R34 Skyline drag and burnout car build, man. Now, you guys know me. I'm a sucker for a Nissan. Big fan of the Nissans. Always have been. Currently drive my second Nissan that I've owned, which is an Infiniti G35. For those of you guys who do not know, Infiniti is kind of a luxury brand to Nissan. So that's why I say, you know, I own a Nissan currently. So I guess what we're going to do is try to hunt down said R34. Now, it looks like we already went past it. Here it is right here. The 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec. Just a magnificent car. Now, currently in Canada, we are unable to import this generation of Skyline due to the just the laws that are in place for overseas imports and stuff like that. I believe here it is 20 years old, so we can get some of the older Skylines. I've seen R32s, R33s here. I actually seen a R33 with an R34 front end, which I thought was absolutely sick. But in the game, there are none of these restrictions, so I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and make a purchase here. Now, I'm a big fan of blue on these cars, but then again, the black also looks very fresh, as well as silver. Honestly, everything really looks good on this car. This car is just an absolutely timeless design. The overall shape of it, very aggressive, and let's be honest, man, probably one of the most desirable GTRs out there. That's including the R35. Now, I know the R35 is not branded as a Skyline, but I still consider it in the same family, obviously, because it is a GTR. Shares the R, you know, followed by whatever 30 number. So, you know, it's this one. I'd rather have one of these than an R35 is basically what I'm trying to say. But I think we are about ready to jump into the upgrades with this one. So let's go ahead and take care of some of the conversions. Now, imagine I came in here and threw a 6.2 liter V8 in this car. I'd probably get a lot of hate for that. I'm not going to do that, but it's just a thought that crossed my mind that I thought would be very funny. Now, because we are going to make this a burnout build, in my head, I want it to be a rear-wheel drive, but I'm going to leave the all-wheel drive in here and then just put a differential there to make most of the power go towards the rear wheels. Now, as far as the front end goes, it looks like we have a couple options for body kits here. That honestly makes it look like a Lancer. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. The Nismo bumper, obviously, very dope. I think the Nismo is going to be the one that I go with. Looks like they paint the lower valence. You can see here it's black. It looks like they paint it and then just have a lip on the bottom. Very nice. I like that touch. As far as the rear end goes, I do like the stock wing that comes on these cars. The thing about this wing is that not the top secret, sorry, the stock wing is that it's, you know, like it's just part of the car. Like you can't have this car without that wing. I guess another wing might be kind of cool if you had like more of a race car, but as far as this goes, we're gonna leave that stock rear wing on here. Rear end, I'm kind of having the same feelings about the stock rear bumper here. We do have the Nismo. What's different from the It looks like they just got the little lip kit there on the Nismo. to be honest, not even really feeling it, man. So we're going to leave that stock. Now the side skirts, I may want to do something on here. Nismo coming in clutch. Got the little side splitter action going here. I'm going to go ahead and install that, and we're going to do a little something funky with that in the paint section. Now as far as the rubber goes, you guys know me, man. I'm a big fan of the race tire compound, even when I am doing burnout builds and stuff like that. Even though we said burnout / drag build, I always, even when I'm doing burnout builds or drift builds specifically, I still like to put the race tire compound on there just to keep the maximum amount of grip, just in the instance that I'm taking this thing out for a rip, let's say online. You know, somebody calls me out online, oh, I'm in a car that's strictly for drift that has absolutely no grip. But with those tires, obviously not at all the case. So what we're gonna do is try to find a wheel here. I'm just gonna skim through a couple options, get back to you guys when I find something that I like here. Now obviously skimming through a couple of options, I see some that I really like, but I'm gonna go with these I think these are Advan's Track Spec CS. Now the reason I'm doing this is because they kind of have a 5-spoke design, but it's that little bit of concave on the spokes that I'm really into on this one. A lot of the wheels here sit really flush with the outside of the car. Not really liking those at all. Now I know you guys are probably, you know, yelling at your screen, what's going on with these color wheels? Don't worry, we're going to get into it. We're going to take care of the wheel color once we get into the paint section of the game. Now as far as the drivetrain goes, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the clutch. Transmission, we are going to put in a sport transmission. I'm not going to put the race transmission because if you guys notice, we lose quite a bit on our launch here. So I'm just going to put the sport transmission. That should leave, you know, the stock, pretty much the stock gear ratio in there. Now, as far as the drive line goes, I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade everything. Race diff, you know, obviously the axle shafts here. Transmission and the clutch, it's all getting upgraded. This is going to be, I want this thing to perform and look good. If you guys see me online, catch me online, how about that? Chances are I'm going to be in slammed and stanced Nissan, unless, like the other day I was online and I was racing just like random cars cruising around, and it's kind of a rare occasion for me, to say the least, because those of you guys who do know me in person know that I am a big fan of Nissan, man. So it's only natural for me in video games to be cruising around in a Nissan. Now as far as our engine upgrades go, I'm thinking we for sure need to upgrade those turbos, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Intercooler along with the turbos is it's only right. As far as the flywheel goes, we're gonna upgrade that as well, and the exhaust, let's go ahead and take care of that. Now everything else, actually, you know what, let's go ahead and upgrade those cams. You guys know I'm not really that big of a fan of cams because they really change the dynamic of the RPMs, in my opinion, to an unrealistic point. But because this thing is, I want this to be really insane and sound absolutely crazy. So let's see what this thing sounds like revving past 9,000 RPM, shall we? So next up, obviously, we need to jump into the designs and paints. Now, right off of the bat, I am a big fan of this white color scheme on here, but let's just check out a couple. Oh, what happens if we painted this a nice old school brown, man? Like, make it look like an old Toyota or something like that. Probably not, though. Now, obviously, the blue on the GTRs are very common, and one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to make a blue GTR, a lot of people complain that I make too many red cars, or I think there was a week where I put out a lot of red cars on the channel. I think I'm going to keep this white paint job, though. We are, however, going to switch up the color of the wheels. Now, ever since I found out about these polished aluminum, I guess you could say here, I've always been a big fan. I really like the shine of them, and on certain cars, I think they're pretty appropriate. Given the year that this car was released, I think chrome on this car, you know, this car came out in the era of chrome wheels, so it's you know, it's only fitting. As far as the front hood goes, we are going to go ahead and throw a carbon fiber on there. Those of you guys who know GTRs, you know, it's pretty common. I follow a group of guys on YouTube called Locals, and you know, they're all about that carbon fiber. Actually, the main guy, Dave, one of the guys that I can relate to the most, he has carbon fiber on, I believe, the hood of his Sylvia. So, you know, these are the guys that I aspire, you know, to kind of grow my YouTube channel to. If you guys are not subscribed to my main channel, make sure you guys check that out. youtube.com/Denali. Link's going to be down in the description. But, you know, I don't know what it is about Alberta. Those guys have like crazy import car game. They're out in Calgary, and I mean, just lots of right-hand drive cars. There's a few of them here in Ontario where I live, but they're not at all, like, not nearly as common as they are out there, which, you know, kind of, do I want to move out there, or do I? I mean, I really do like it here where I live in Toronto. It's just there's quite a bit of limitations as to what kind of car you can own, as well as what you can get away with on the street. I myself pushing the boundaries, obviously, with the cat delete on my car now. They've gotten quite a bit more lenient here in Ontario, where before they do like a visual inspection, but now it's, you know, they plug it into the computer. As long as you don't have any check engine codes, you're pretty much good to go. So we'll see what happens in the future. If you know, it's something that gives me a problem, then I have no problem going back to street legal. The only thing about it is catalytic converters, extremely restrictive, and you know, when you get into restriction, there's a pretty big loss of power. And you know, when you need power and you need to make good times at the track, restriction's not your friend, man. Now, after we did the little black accents on this bad boy, what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and paint the wheels black. The chrome just wasn't doing it for me on this car. So if you guys were typing some hate comments down in the comment section, or already have, and, you know, press send, you guys can delete those comments. Sometimes it just takes me building a little more of the car really to come to my senses. Now, as far as the tuning goes, gearing is looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and leave that the way that it is. We are, however, going to do a little bit of an aggressive camber setup on this bad boy. We are going to slam it, obviously, because, you know, GTRs just look really good when they're slammed, even though it's probably the most unpractical thing that you can do to one of these cars. And, you know, here's another unpractical thing that you can do to this car, is put majority of the power to the rear end, which I'm doing here simply because we want to be able to do some nice burnouts, maybe some nice drifts, and see if we can get this thing sideways, man. So right off of the bat, I love the back of these cars, man. It looks like an R33 with like a back fender flare body kit on it. You can see those wheel arches pop out quite a bit, and I'm liking it, man. It sounds pretty good. Let's get a little interior view. Oh, they got the little in-dash nav unit there. That's pretty dope. Sounds good. Sounds like she wants to go, so let's go for a little drive. What do you guys think, man? Whoa. Okay. I like the way this sounds. To be honest, not really pulling as much as I would like it to. Now, I know we didn't fully build this thing by any means, but considering there's a lot of lag there, if you guys saw, going into second, I would expect the back tires to continue spinning into second gear. Maybe it's got something to do with the transmission, because I normally put on a race transmission and those gears are instant. so maybe it's got something to do with the, I don't know what I put on, a sport transmission, I think, maybe. Whoa, okay, causing accidents. Other than that, very smooth. Love the way that it looks, man. Just a beauty. Ah! Are you getting in my way, sucker? This car looks very nice. Sounds great. Even though it's not nearly as fast in this spec as an R35, I think I'd probably still take this car right here over any, like, GTR R35. I don't know, man. This is probably my favorite, and then second favorite would have to be probably the R35. Then the R32, for some reason, if you guys are you guys watch YouTube, which obviously you do, you may have come across a guy, Tommy F. I believe he has an R32 Skyline, and I think he's got the R32. And then there's the 33, which is a little bit different. Yeah, I think he's rocking the R32, and that, to me, is probably my favorite after, obviously, the 34 and then the 35. It drifts. Will it do a burnout? I don't think it will with the different, you know. Oh, yeah, okay. Burnout's a little bit. That's all right. Now, I have still 5% going to the front wheels. You can see if as soon as we stop moving, we can't stop. We have to do a rolling burnout. But yeah, she does a burnout all right, man. Let's see how it launches, though. That's what I love about the all-wheel drive. If you get that differential just in the sweet spot, you can have the right amount of, you know, rear wheel spin to drift, but also have enough front wheel grip to actually launch the thing, man. So that's kind of it's a tricky thing to do on some cars, but not this thing, man. This thing handles absolutely sick, man. Now let's see. Do some donuts here. Yeah, you can see the front wheels start to spin just a little bit. Oh man, just an amazing car. But it looks like it's getting a little bit foggy here, so better pull off here just in case it starts to rain. Take our little thumbnail for our screenshot. And I think put an end to this video, man. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys want to see more and you are subscribed already, definitely head on over to the Facebook page. I haven't been that active on the page quite as much in the last few weeks, just because I've been really busy, just with work and stuff like that. But yeah, head on over there. Once we hit 500 likes, I am going to be giving away 1 million credits on Forza. And then once we hit 1,000 likes, we're going to be giving away 1 million more. So definitely check that out. And I think that's about it, man. So with that being said, I am your boy, D Nolly, a.k.a. Don Squally. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And we're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.